I am Erin Johnston. I'm 21 and I am a hairdresser. I worked on set doing makeup for local films and whatnot, but I am in no way a filmmaker at all.
I'm Nick Bradford. I'm 23 and I work for a video production company, directing and editing different short films, commercials, other documentary type things. And we just watched The Guide, which was excellent.
Very good.
I liked it a lot.
I did too.
It was a film by Jessica Yu and produced by Elise Perelstein. It was a film about Tonga Torcida.
Yes.
In Mozambique.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it started with like Tonga talking about his childhood and about the mountain and how he grew up.
It made it easy to connect to the plot like pretty immediately. I was immediately invested in what was going on, which was good, because that kept me invested throughout the rest of the film. So it sucked me in and then kept me in, which was really good.
The film kind of followed like Tonga from start to finish of like what he wanted to do, his dreams. At first he wanted to be a tour guide.
Right.
And then he met this biologist, and then kind of saw that there's more than just, showing tourists around, where he grew up.
It was interesting watching Tonga as in kind of his natural habitat and watching how he communicates with the other people from his village and whatnot, because he was more than bilingual. He was at least trilingual, if not more.
Yeah.
Which was super impressive.
One woman was like, he can speak this, he can
Oh,
speak
yeah.
this,
She was really excited about how many languages he could speak.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to watch him communicate with the other people in this village. So that was cool. It was cool watching his way of living. And where he was trying to go from there and what his expectations were. And it was a very humbling experience to watch the movie, which is good. I think that was a good experience to pull from that. So
there's a lot of topics too that the filmmakers brought up, like really, really well too. Like it segued very like smoothly and it made sense.
I agree.
Like poverty in Africa,
malaria, the mortality rate,
poaching, hunting, illegal hunting.
What I liked is that it wasn't portrayed like this really intensive, like it didn't shove it down my throat. It just made it clear that this was an issue and let you absorb it the way you needed to absorb it. It wasn't like, oh my god, malaria, oh my god, mortality, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it laid it out.
Touched on it.
It touched on it and let you kind of absorb that how you needed to, which was, I appreciate that as a viewer. So that was good. I like that they touched on things, but let me make my own judgments and pull what I wanted to from it.
It felt like a real documentary.
It was, in that regard, it was very well done.
Visually, some of the visuals I just loved.
They were awesome.
Some of them I wasn't sure if it seemed maybe they had pulled like stock footage, but regardless, like the visuals were still really intriguing and interesting to watch.
What I liked most about it, I think, is it showed Africa in a way that didn't scare me and freak me out. Because every time I hear about Africa, it's like death and, I mean, just awful, horrible things happening to people.
The topics were still heavy.
The topics were still heavy and they were still valid. But I didn't feel like I was getting, like, just bombarded and, just barraged with all of this information that is overwhelming.
Well, the story was about Tonga.
Right. Yeah.
It was his journey, not
the journey of Africa and its well-being. So I was engaged to his journey through all of the obstacles that come with how he was raised and where he's raised, which was way easier to digest than being freaked out and overwhelmed by all of the potential and horrible things that are happening in Africa. So
beautiful film overall.
Yes.
I'd say 4.5 out of 5.
That's what I was gonna say.
4.5 out of 5.
Probably 4.5.
So 9 out of 10 then.
Totally.
Yeah. That way.
Yep. 9 out of 10. It was freaking sweet.
Good.
It was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it way a lot.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
I'm Nick.
I'm Erin.
Bye.
Bye.